Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play for Football Manager 2023 as we continue our Road to Glory run with Banbury United FC in League One. So far, things have been going pretty good overall, but I would say that I'm not super happy with our strikers. We've picked up two new ones, and I would mostly mixed results with those two new ones. So we'll get into that, but yeah, let's get right into the episode. All right, here we are in a game. As you can see, we have had a lot of players leave us. Most of them are for loans, though. Anybody from Clee all the way down to Ormerod are all just loans that have gone out. Most of them giving us a little bit of, money for, to help support kind of their salary and things like that. I think it's like 80%, 90% things of that nature. I don't think anybody down here is going for free, if I remember correctly. But we have brought in some new players, and one of them was very expensive, and one of them was a returning player, as you guys can see. So, I was looking for a striker, as you guys know from the last episode. And I was like, I wonder where Salisbury is on this list. And when I scrolled down to Salisbury, I realized that Preston had him up for sale for £75,000. And obviously, if they sold him for £75,000, that means that they make, £35,000 profit because we sold him for 40 to them in the first place. Which means we get like £14,000 back, maybe, or something crazy like that. Like, we get basically nothing back. So I was like, you know what? Let's just get him ourselves. So we went on for him, got him for £75,000. Interestingly enough, we did get our £14,000 back because even though they sold him back to us, it still counts. So technically, we got him for £61,000 after selling him for 40. So we cost ourselves £21,000 to let him go away and get some training for a couple years. Honestly, it was probably about as good of a result as it could have ended up in, other than them selling him for some massive amount of money, like £1 million or something like that. That would have been amazing. But us getting him back virtually for free and him getting some training in the process, not the worst result in the world. So he's back. Salisbury's back. We'll get into that in just a minute about how we feel about him. We did bring this guy Trent Hurd in on as our right winger. So he's in here on loan. I think I talked about him in the last episode. And then we brought this big guy in, Freddie Kirby. Paid a lot of money for him. Let's just put it this way. One of the two strikers actually looks halfway decent. The other one does not. And I'm guessing you guys could probably figure out by my my tone maybe that Kirby's the one that has not looked out so good. He comes in here. He's a 4-star current ability player. 4-star. Solid theoretical player. I mean, look at his dribbling, finishing, first touch, 12, 14, 15. Just amazing. His physicals are really good. I mean, he's good. He's good, but he's just not playing well, and I don't know what to do. He can play as an attacking midfielder. It's possible we just move him back to that at some point. Technically, he can play on the right or the left. So those are also options, but for whatever reason, he just does not like to play right now. Plays 1-2. What does that do? Okay. I mean, maybe he plays better with a double striker formation. I don't know, but he's just not doing what we need him to do. I mean, he's not like he played well in the 2 games he played for Rockdale this season, but he played well before that. 6.92, 7.07, 6.80 is not bad. I mean, this season that he got 6.80, he didn't get a single goal, but he got 8 and 11 in the following one. So I thought maybe he comes in here and he does okay for us. Just hasn't played well, unfortunately. Salisbury, on the other hand, he's only on a 6.65 average rating down here, but he does already have a goal in his 2 appearances. So he's at least got that leg up on Kirby. So I guess where I'm at is I need to probably be a little bit more patient with these guys because they're still brand new to the team. They haven't quite figured out the formation. They're still trying to get their legs under them a little bit. There goes the yawns for Football Manager. And so we've got to probably just be a little bit more patient with them. It's a good thing we did bring them in, though, because we did immediately get an injury to Dickinson. So that left us with just Kamara, who actually moved over to the left wing. So Kamara is on the left wing, and I've been swapping back and forth between Kirby and Salisbury for the last couple of games. So speaking of the last couple of games, here we are. The last game you guys saw was the Notts County game where we won. We didn't go up against Chesterfield away from home, drew that game, which actually honestly is a good result. that's a positive result for us. We then went beat Cheltenham at home 2-0. We got a goal from Hurd in that game and a penalty shot from Camara in that game, so that was good stuff from them. As you can see, we did get past Fulham under 21s 6-3. We got a brace from Dickinson, a brace from Hurd, a goal from Francis, and a goal from Katongo in this game. So really, really dominant performance, as you would expect. Keeps us in this one. We're only supposed to we only need to make it to the knockout rounds. So other than that, I don't care about the Papa John's Trophy, but our board at least wants us to make it to the knockout round, so I'd like to at least do that. Here we go. Here's our Wycombe game. This is the first game we actually played with Salisbury in the lineup as a starter, and he did pick up a goal in this game, as well as Alibi late in the game, saving the draw. I do think we should have won this game. This is a game we should have won. A little disappointing that we only got the draw. We really need to win our home games because at best we're going to expect to draw our away games. So I would say this is probably our first dropped game of this run that I felt like we should have done better in. And then we did lose against Bradford City here. Now, technically they only beat us by 1 goal in my opinion. This late goal here was when we were just really trying to push hard, try to rescue something back. So we were very close in this game. We were really, really in this game. And so they just ultimately ended up getting the goals that they needed, and we just couldn't get anything. So, I mean, the team didn't play great, but we were holding our own. Honestly, the defense was probably the best here, right? Smith on a 7.0, Sturgeon on a 6.8. Zakatak is the one that let the 2 goals through, so he obviously dropped down quite a bit. So, I don't know. It is what it is. We're going to lose some games this season, as you would expect, so I'm not too surprised about it. But today we're going to be playing against Blackpool. 16th ranked Blackpool is away from home. We need to get at least a draw in this game to feel like we're in a good spot overall. And then we do play Sheffield Wednesday at home, which I really would hope for a win in this game. As I said, we do have some injuries. Katongo has been injured for quite some time. Dickinson's been injured. Bekemanzi got injured as well. He was out for a while. A couple other guys have been kind of coming and going with some smaller injuries. So injury issues have been something that has plagued us a little bit. Overall dynamics, I mean, team cohesion's good. Club atmosphere is average. Managerial support's average. Ferran's still unhappy with we sold Nuttall. And then Harrington's unhappy because he's no longer an important player, which he shouldn't be because he's third string on that left-hand side. So he really just isn't supposed to be there. So hopefully these guys eventually get happy again. We shall see. Overall finances are pretty rough. We do still technically have some transfer budget, but I'm not planning on spending any of that or the wage budget because we just can't go any deeper than we are. And I don't know that we can get any better players that we've already got based on our current reputation and things of that nature. So that's where we're at. Yeah, let's go and get into today's game. Same formation still. I mean, we might eventually change this up, but for now, we're going to continue this out. Here's the team we got today. We got Zakatak in goal, of course. Sturgeon on the left, Matheson on the right. Ferran back from his injury in the central defender role alongside Smith. Hazeman on the left, Mabaya on the right of the midfield. We're going to swap them out from Oyedel and Chilvers. Oyedel and Chilvers have not played super well this season, so we're going to try out these guys here. They played a little bit better. Richie comes in the left wing, Taberner on the right wing with Hurd as our advanced playmaker. All 3 of those guys are playing mostly okay. And then we're going to give Kirby another chance here. We're going to see if we can get him settled in here, see if he'll start to play better at some point. I don't know. He's capable of better, but he's just not showed up. Salisbury is sitting on our bench in case we need to bring him in. Dickinson's still coming back from an injury, so we do not have him today. Just a draw, guys. We just need to get a draw. Go out there and play well. Get a draw. I'm not asking for much. I don't think. I don't know. We are currently 5th in the league. I did not point that out. It's still early. I'm not counting it for much. But hey, still feels good to get a few points. The more points we get, the further away from relegation we are going to be. So that is really our big goal for this season, is to avoid relegation. If we get up anywhere in mid-table, I would feel like be overachieving for the season. If Kirby does not start shaping up to be a better player that we're going to end up spending £600,000 on, then I'm going to feel really, really dumb about that because that's a lot of money that we could have spent on several other good players. But he looked super good, and I thought he would be a big lift for us. Here's Hurd over to Richie. Richie gets it over to Kirby. Kirby, buddy, you're 12 or 13 or 14 finishing, whatever it is. You got to do better than that, my friend. Got to do better than that. All right. I mean, we're looking okay. Just can't get the goal right now. Kind of the way it looks so far this season. I mean, we're just, or even last season, honestly. It was like this entire save. Our whole thing has been looking okay, just can't get the goals. There's Fran with the ball up to Hazeman. Hazeman gets it up, tries to get to Kirby. Kirby not really able to get near that one, unfortunately. Kind of probably a bad pass from Hazeman, to be perfectly honest. There's Sturge with the ball, though. Back to Fran. Fran up to Mbaya. Mbaya gets it up to Kirby. Kirby gets it up to Hurd. Hurd has a chance here. Oh, he's going to slow up. He's going to get it to Richie instead. Richie getting his third goal of the season. He might be our best goal scorer right now, isn't he? 3 goals? I think so. Richie on that left-hand side, looking good. Richie was a little unhappy with us momentarily because of the bringing in Kirby. He thought Kirby was going to replace him. I don't think that's even going to remotely be possible. Richie is just playing better than anybody right now. At least on the offensive side of things. All right, let's see here. I mean, I definitely want to get the yellow card out of here if we can. We'll bring Chilvers back in. And honestly, dude, I mean, he looks fired up. I'm going to give Kirby a little bit more game time here. But he's definitely coming out at the 60-minute mark if he doesn't get something here. It's not our Pollock, is it? There's no way. No. He's playing defense. I was going to say, he's like, wait a minute. No, our Pollock was offensive guy. He's like down in some know-nothing league, I think. Dude, guys, be careful. That was a little scary for a second there. All right, 60 minutes in. Kirby still playing pretty poorly. So Salisbury gets to come in here, see what he does. Matheson playing poorly. What is up with that? That's unusual. Don't really have anybody that coming over for him. I guess we could bring Abaya back to there. I forgot I have to do it this way. And bring Matheson out for Alibi. It's good to have some guys that are a little bit flexible can play over on that right-hand side. Come on, guys. Come on. We just gave them that one. Absolutely gave them that one. Sturge on a yellow card should come out for Chizoba. And we got some guys tired back here. I guess we're going to bring... Smith's playing so well, though. Still, I'm going to bring him out. I know he's playing well, but we know Hayes Green can play too. So we're going to get him in there. See if we can get a little bit of extra energy back there on the defensive side of things. At the very least, we definitely don't want to lose this game. I mean, yeah, I'd love to win this one at this point, but... a draw is kind of an acceptable result away from home. Chilvers with the ball here. Come on, let's get the win though. I'm okay with the win too. Don't confuse my statement here. Alibi, close. All right, we did pick up the point against a good Blackpool team, so could have been more. Almost held on, not quite though. But no, that's a good result. I'm okay with that result. Yep. Let's see here. Criticize a couple guys. I do think the goal that we gave up was just way too easy. We should not be giving up goals that easily. Anybody played it special? I mean, Richie played well, so we'll give him a good job, sir. All right, cool. There's game 1 down. Again, probably a result that we can be satisfied with, if not necessarily happy. Did drop us down to 6th, but 12 points is 12 points, so not too bad. And then next game up will be against Sheffield Wednesday, which I think we can beat. I mean, they're playing well right now, but we know we can beat them, just whether or not we will beat them, right? So hopefully we can get a result here. We'll be right back for that. All right, we're back for your game against Sheffield Wednesday. Basically the same team. The only changes, I'm going to bring Dickinson in here as our starter. He can play 45 minutes. We'll give him a first 45 minutes, and then we'll probably bring Salisbury on at that point. Everything else is exactly the same as it was in the last game. The only other thing I wanted to bring up is that I was looking at some of the transfer window. After the transfer window ended, I was looking at some of the teams and how much money they were spending. Cardiff, who's down here in 13th place, they spent almost £5 million on one of their players, which is absolutely insane compared to what we've been spending, right? Our best player right now that we've spent money on is Kirby, who's turned out to be a flop so far. We spent £500,000 on him. So a tenth of the price. And we're doing better than they are right now. But it just shows the kind of money that we're dealing with, right? I mean, we're dealing with some big time money here that if we can avoid relegation at all, that just shows that we've got a pretty solid team here that we're not spending a lot of money on. They actually sold one of their players for almost £15 million. That's just insane. £15 million would set us up for the next couple years. That would be amazing. Maybe we could sell Kirby for £1 million and at least get something for him since he's performing so poorly. We know we can beat Sheffield Wednesday, guys. Come on. Early highlight here for Sheffield Wednesday. We're not going to beat them like that. That's for sure. That is for sure. I like how this guy phased through Mabaya there. That was good. Good phasing. I mean, I know that's just the graphical representation of something else that actually happened, but it still looks so dumb. It's like, hey, he's in the way. Nope. Phase through. Get the goal. All right, guys. We got to do better than that. That's for sure. There's Tapiner, gets it across to her. Not able to get good control of it there. And fortunately, we did give it up. There's Hazeman, though, picking up the ball over to Mabaya. Mabaya trying to get up to Tapiner. Still nothing going. We're not really not playing well. We're not playing like the team that has that won the league below this last season. There's Hazeman down to Hurd. Hurd over to Matheson. Matheson back to Smith. Come on, guys. There's Ferran with the ball. Up to Hazeman. Over to Mabaya. Mabaya gets it up. Dickinson's going to be able to get a shot off. That's all we needed is get Dickinson back. Apparently, he's our striker for this season because him and Salisbury. I mean, Kirby's just... I can't give up on Kirby. I've got to find another place for Kirby. Maybe he'll play better somewhere else. I don't know. Maybe he'll be better as attacking midfielder because he does play really well there. I just don't know. Got to get some value out of him somewhere. We got a lot of good attacking midfielders, though. We got Hurd in there. We got Charles. Francis is pretty good. Honestly, I think we're fine in that area, but for a guy we spend as much money as we have spent on him, if we can get some results from him somewhere, then that would potentially justify it, but... Come on, guys. Play some good defense here. Oof. Man. I don't know. I mean, that wasn't even close. Why are you even showing it? Fred giving the ball up immediately. There's good. It's good play by Sturge, though. Gets it back to Zach Attack. None of our guys in the area there, though. No, we're not playing well right now. Yeah, I don't know. Show me something else, guys. Something. Anything. All right, let's swap somebody out here. Looks like Richie is playing really poorly, so we're going to get him out of there. We'll bring Alibi into that spot. Matheson. Really don't have anybody that can play in his spot, unfortunately. I guess we can move Smith over and bring a new central defender and Hayes Green in here. Go with that, I suppose. Big nothing so far. Sturge playing poorly. Spring Chizoba in. Taverner playing poorly. You know what? Let's give Cholers a chance on the wing. Still a whole lot of nothing. Man, Zach Tech on 6.0. That is atrociously bad. Even just giving up 2 goals, it shows you that they're saying that it was entirely his fault. I honestly don't know who to bring out now. We got Charles, just to give us some fresh legs, or Salisbury here. Salisbury's showing motivated. You know what? Let's bring him in for Dickinson. Dickinson's played well. I'm not saying he's played poorly at all. Fresh legs and some motivation. Let's see what Salisbury can do here. We're going to move up to attack. We're also going to do a little bit of that. Not that it ever really helps, but we're going to try. You know what? We're also going to... We're going to high press. Stretch the people out a little bit. Stretch the other team out. Just a smidge more, maybe. Nope, not gonna get it. Man, this is a loss. This is a result that we did not need this result. This is not the kind of result that we were looking for. Also, because I don't think they're a better team than us. I mean, they were obviously better today, but I just think in general, this is the type of team that we should be able to beat. I mean, they're ranked number 4 right now, so they're playing well. I mean, I can't argue with that, but I do think that's a team that we can beat. Well, 1 point on the day. I mean, technically it could have been worse. I guess 0 points on the day would technically be worse. What do we need, in theory, to avoid relegation? I know I said all I care about is avoiding relegation, but you know, we started off the season, you know, decently okay. So we need to be just over get the number of points per games played. Actually, we need a little bit more than that, actually, because if we were 48 to 46, which is 2 points over 2 points over games played, would have gotten relegated last season. So, yeah, I mean, 50 points is our goal, it looks like, potentially. I mean, was it 48 games I said? 46 games. So we are about a sixth of the way through, more or less. 48 games we'd be exactly a sixth. So we're just over the 1/6 mark, and we have 12 points. So if we multiply that times 6, that'd be 72 points. That would be a good result. That would be a good result. 72 points last season would have gotten us. I hit the wrong button. If would have gotten us up here. I mean, we're not going to maintain what we've got, but we've played okay. I can't argue too much. You know, a part way through the season, we've gotten some good points. So if we can keep this up at all, there's even close to this, then I think we'll be able to avoid relegation. But again, it's still too early to tell. We shall see. Up next, we do have a game against Swindon, which is hopefully a little bit of a payback for our loss in the Carabao Cup early on. But what you guys will see next will probably be, honestly, probably the AFC Wimbledon Birmingham games. Those are going to be 2 extremely tough home games. But if we have a chance, I mean, honestly, I would be happy with probably draws in both these games against those 2 very, very good teams. If we get a draw in both those games, that would be probably some points that we don't deserve. I don't know, but we shall see. We really need to get better play from our strikers, though, in order for that to happen. Dickinson played well. Maybe I shouldn't have subbed him out. I don't know. Maybe the fresh legs was our best chance. It's hard to say sometimes until you see the result. But Kirby. Got to figure out Kirby. Anyway, I do appreciate you guys watching. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye. I wanted to give a special shout out to the following channel members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.